Hi everyone, I'm on Streamlabs. So I'm just getting used to it. So I've just added everything. I'm just going to check in Facebook and make sure I'm in. And this is exciting. It's the first time I've run this challenge in this way, but it's the first time I've run this challenge with a wolf. So I know some of you know this is Minnie. We rescued her yesterday. She's massive, she's gorgeous, got a lot of training to do, but we're in love with her. Yeah, I'm in. Okay. So the one thing that StreamYard's good because I can't save the recording. So for anyone who's in business, I can't save the recordings from Facebook anymore to send to people who can't do this live. So what I've been doing is using StreamYard, which is good. But if you want to comment, I won't be able to see what you're doing. So if you please click on the instructions that I've given, or just when you comment, say your name and comment, then that will be a lot better. I'll be able to see who's commenting because I love interaction. So I've run this before, this energy type. And I want to run it a different way and add to it because it's about the embodiment and I'm all for managing energy. So I wanted to combine everything and give you a full experience. I've missed having pause in the background. I really wanted to encourage you to watch most days. So even if you're like, well, I'm not a projector, part of what I do is to help the world find more harmony. You might think, oh, what's human design got to do with that? If we understand ourselves and others, how others' energy works, we're going to have more empathy, understanding, compassion for each other, and the world's going to change. If we are honoured that not everyone's like us and that everyone's uniqueness looks different to us and that they should embody it regardless of what we think, everything's going to change. So to me, it's such an amazing tool. I'm just checking I'm still there. Yeah, it's such an amazing tool for that. So I'm going to have a chat. I know a lot of people are watching on catch up, which is good. So if you have any questions on catch up, let me know, and then I'll be in tomorrow and I'll do a separate Q&A for the questions because I love doing the Q&As. So far, so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the generator type, which a lot of you will have heard before. But I think there's great medicine in hearing it over and over and over again, because something else will resonate, or you might be like, oh, I started doing that and that went like that. So I think it's a really powerful tool to keep going through. I'm going to give you an essential oil protocol to help contain. I did write to raise your vibration, but as I dropped in with my cacao and Minnie this morning, I got shivers that for generators at present, and it might change when I'm running again, we need grounding. So I'm going to talk about that. And then I've got an EFT script that I'm going to do intuitively. You'll have access to it forever because you'll have it in the email, and we're going to go through that. And I think that will be a really beautiful grounded practice to help you come out of conditioning. So a brief something before I go into it. Human design is an amazing tool for deconditioning. So what does that mean? That means that throughout life, society, past lives, I believe, karma, peers, parents, ancestral lineage, we all get programmed to toe the line, to do what we think we should do, to go into the shoulds, musts, and instead of like aligning with our uniqueness, we get taken away from our uniqueness. So to me, human design was amazing because I could see the shadows and I could see the conditionings. I've had cancer twice, and this is relevant because since then, and even before then a little bit, I was always investigating the moving away from the I shoulds, my mindset belief, and I actually wrote a book. It's up there called Overwhelmed and Other Words You Give Your Power to. I'll reach up from it in a bit. I don't want to disturb Minnie. And that was my journey through the mind, deconditioning myself. So human design, when I came across it, I was like, oh my goodness, this could save so many people so much time because you can see your conditioning. So let me go through my notes to make sure that I do not forget anything. So just to, again, start. So generator one will be a bit longer. What is human design type? So basically, it's the design of our aura. It's how we interact with the world. It's how people feel us. It's our way of operating and interacting with the world. It's our way of manifesting. It's our way of getting drawn to things and just knowing what's good for us, what feels right for us. And it's really important because we can use our energy in the way that's aligned for us. So it's a really, really beautiful way to use your energy. So the generator type. So 36% of the population are generator types. And I think it's about 30% are mangens. And I'm going to talk about mangens tomorrow because they are different, same, but different. It's a beautiful saying in Indonesia, sama-sama, same, but different. And so I really want to go over mangens in their own right and then manifestors the day after. So if you think that mangens and generators are most of the population, it's really important that we understand how our energy interacts in the world. So generators known as the builders. So basically here to create, not for other people, not for the hustle, not for the grind. We're here to create what we love. For me, really embodying my generator type, I can sense that I'm so full of energy and ideas. And sometimes I do love working for people. So you don't need to be self-employed, but it means that if you work for someone, it helps if you love it to keep in alignment with your energy. So we'll go into that a bit more in a moment. So generators have an open and enveloping aura. So I'm going to keep saying well aligned. So when aligned, it means not in your shadow, not in the shoulds, not thinking that you're unworthy of anything. It means when you're aligned, when you're in your power, when you're like, yeah, I'm here. And we're here to share our energy with others. When we're doing something that we love, we can work for hours and hours and hours because it lights us up. We have what we call a defined sacral center in human design. And what that means is that when we do something we love, it's this never ending life force energy gets actually stoked. I'm going to pull my chart up for you in a moment. So yeah, when we do what we love, our energy just gets higher and higher and higher. In fact, I'll just pull someone else's chart up. They won't know. So this is the sacral center here. Mangens and generators have that defined. Other types don't. So this is a lot of energy. Other energy types don't have as much, and that's okay. So we need to learn as generators that not everyone operates like us, that not everyone can keep going. I used to think, what's up with people? Why are they tired? Like, why are my kids tired? Why can't my kids go past 5 minutes into a chore? Now I know they're projectors. So there's conditioning. Each type has what we call conditioning because we're programmed to act differently to what our design wants us to actually do. So with conditioning, we get stuck when we try and initiate, when we try and force, when we try and hustle, when we try and reach out. We are better when we wait to respond. That is called the strategy to get through life for the generator type. And I'm going to go through that in a moment. So generators can get scared or have this fear of scarcity when we're not doing anything, when we're taking a pause. Now, this is important to really understand because quite often I've done a podcast on this. I'll link in the podcast because we do need this sacral pause. The sacral pause is when there's not a lot for us to respond to and not a lot's going off. And it's a time when we are still doing massively, but when we're not creating, when we're not birthing something out into the world. So at the moment, I'm in what I call a sacral plateau, a pause, because I'm still running all the things that are happening, but I've got something new coming and I'm not birthing that into the world yet. I'm just like chilling a bit, getting my energy ready, getting a dog, getting a new routine, new boundaries, up leveling. And so what happens then is that I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And so that's my daughter. It's so new. I'm ready to go into the world and birth it. But I need that time when it feels a bit stiller. So I used to think I need to do it now. I need to do it now. I need to get it out. I'm like, no, let's wait for the right time. Let's prepare everything in the background. So I've done a strategic launch this time for something called the Dharma Codes. I'm taking my time. I'm falling in love with the creation, which I do all the time. And I'll birth it when the time's right. So before I knew human design, it'd be out quick. Like I wouldn't give it so much time and space. And I'd be like, done, next. And it's like, no, this needs some energy. And it feels really good to be doing that. So that's me, attuned to my sacral pause. Whereas in society, we're like, got to keep doing, got to go it now, got to do it now, just do it, did all this kind of thing. And quite often it's from scarcity, it's from the conditioned state, not this wait to respond, which I can't wait to go into. And generators can also get attached to life of how they think it should look like. And we get stuck in the head. And the beautiful thing is that we shouldn't be stuck in the head, we should be in the body. When we're not aligned, we feel frustrated. So that is one of my key feelings when I'm not in the best place, like energy. So when you feel that, it's a sign from the universe that something needs to change, or your higher self saying, we're not in the best space here, something needs to change. So again, it quite often comes out from conditioning, from lack of boundaries, where just because you have the energy and you can do, and you want to share your energy with the world, people ask and ask and ask, and you don't say no, 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 no. So it's really important you learn. You can also learn in human design how you make your best decisions, and then you can go into the world in a more balanced way, looking after your energy. Another thing I love about human design is it's really powerful for helping you to, I'm just going to check on Facebook, for helping you to see where your boundaries should be. So it's a really powerful tool for that as well. Right, we've got some people coming in here, I think, just checking. I'm still live. Okay, so one thing before I go into the and when we're doing well, when we're aligned, we're satisfied. We're like, feels good. I like to term it more of contentment, feel content. So one thing before I go into the wait to respond is that we need to go to bed exhausted. So that means that and I teach in the wellness space. And so quite often I was like, I should be going to bed now. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing that. And it's like, no, if I'm not exhausted, then my mind's like, and my energy's like, so think of yourself like a Duracell bunny. You need to run the energy out before you go to bed. It's super, super important. Burn the energy off and then you get to bed. So quite often at night, so I've got my little ring light here. If I'm doing a later call with people, because I do teach at night, takes me a long time to go to sleep because I've done something that I love and my energy's increased. So now I'm like this generator, energy buzzing. I'm like, I can't get to sleep. So I need to burn it off. So that will be bit of yoga, some breath work. It's quite often reading or studying because I love studying. So I'm using my brain power, but it's all nice and it's all chilled. So the wait to respond, this is something that gets everybody. The human design language can be tricky sometimes. That's why I think it's really nice to get the education to help you. And books don't always do that. I think it's nice to ask questions. That's why I like doing these interactive sessions with you. So the generator strategy is wait to respond. So this is how you best use your life. It's really how you best make good choices and not initiate. And I think as a way to respond as universal breadcrumbs or signposts to show you the path of least resistance. It's just such a beautiful thing to do. So wait to respond means we don't think things into being in our heads. This is a massive source of conditioning for every human design chart, every human design type. We're in our heads so much thinking, what do they want? What can I do? So a generator, I always coach them, stop thinking about what you think other people might want. As generators, our job is to find out what brings us joy, what we're passionate about, and share that with the world. That's in life and in business. You share your joy and passion. And when you do, you are magnetic. So quite often we go into life thinking, I should do this, I should do that. Luckily, I've never done that. I've always pivoted and followed my joy. But your job is to find what you love, decondition yourself so you can jump into your joy and share it with passion. Such a different way of being. So we don't think that, we feel that. What brings me joy? Can you think joy in your head? Or do you feel it? Can you think passion in your head? Or do you feel passion in your body? That's just dropped into my head to ask you, but it's a really poignant question. So I'll give a few examples because I love giving examples of how this works. In my human design, I've got a lot of storytelling. So my role is to learn, see patterns, get the wisdom, and then embody experience, and share it with everyone in terms of stories, so that you can see the application. So with the family healing issue, I was trying to think, how do I work this out? I was in my head, how do I work this out? Then I found about human design. I was like, right, I'm going to ask the universe, like, can you show me the best thing to do for this? I've never heard of Byron Katie. And then I heard of her 4 times. I think it was 7 days. It wasn't long in my human design course that I was doing, in my Dharma coaching course that I was finishing off, in a book that I was reading, and in a podcast. And I'm like, oh, wow. So I looked at her, and I won't say I'm going to follow her stuff a lot, but some of her language, I'm like, that's powerful. And it actually helped me break down something in my family healing. When I ran my first medicine wheel course, my first proper launch or program since being an in-person yoga studio owner, I didn't have any strategy apart from, and I didn't even mean to do it. It was just like, people, I love the medicine wheel, I love shamanic work, and people were asking me, are you going to teach this? Are you going to teach this? A few people asked me. So I was like, well, why not? Got nothing to lose, no expectation. And I loved it. So my passion was like magnetic. And so I did a few posts. I didn't do a traditional launch at all, which I'm doing for my next one. I'm doing the traditional way. I'm taking my time. I'm making it slicker. It was just like a few posts, and I filmed it. And everybody said, I said to everyone on the first call, why are you here? And because I didn't term it very well, like, if you'd have read what it was about, I don't know. And when we sat down, I said, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I know the content, but I don't know where we're going. Got there, but everybody said, don't matter, because we know we've got to be here. We're drawn to you when you're aligned, and when you're passionate, and when you're doing the things that the universe is saying, do this, you become magnetic. So the key for generators, and this is part of your wellness, is to think, are you present? Am I present in my body, or am I in my head? It's super, super important. So I'd like you to ask yourself, am I present in my body? You won't be all the time, but am I present in my body enough, or some of the time? Or can I bring myself to a place of presence? So for me, my presence is either smelling an essential oil, which I've got here. I've got all my oils here. Smelling an essential oil, I've pre-blended that. Or I'm really getting into my mantras, actually. I'm really getting into sitting and just holding it. It's so relaxing. It's how I go to sleep. I do a moon mantra, and I fall to sleep doing that. Or it could be listening to music, or literally, quite often I like to tap or put my hands here and breathe. And I'll do this regularly throughout the day. So I'm out of my head, back in my body, so that I can respond to the magic that the universe is sending me. If I'm all in my head, it's not going to be a good space. I'm not going to be following the breadcrumbs of my joy. So that's how you do it. You see what is in front of you, and then you ask your body, how am I responding? I've got hairs floating everywhere. How am I responding to that? So, for example, if I had 4 options that the universe was presenting to me. So if I say, right, what should my next program be? Some people could be asking me about tarot. Some people could be asking, saying, you're going to do medicine wheel again. And some people might be saying, I really want to learn more about human design. I sit with all those, and I see what my sacral is responding to. So for generators, you have this beautiful sacral energy, and it literally will pull you in if it's something that you want to do. And if it's something you don't want to do, you'll feel this contraction. If it's something that you really want to do, but you're scared, I feel it like needing to go for a poo. It feels expansive, but I can feel it pushing down. It's like, I'm scared. This is going to send me way outside of my comfort zone. And so you can't feel that in your head. You need to be in your body. And there's many, many neurotransmitters, it's been proven, go from the gut, your sacral area, to your head. So feel it. And one thing I see a lot with when I'm coaching people through their human design, I teach them how to refine this connecting with the sacral. I'll ask them a question, and they'll just go, you've lost it, because you've gone straight to your head. You need to feel it. Feeling's quick. It's quicker than the head. It's like that. What am I feeling? but people are disconnected from the feeling. So you really need your wellness tools to get you into your body. So if you're going to embody your human design and demystify the human design types, it's important that you're in your body. And this is the way I love to teach, because I could teach this all day long in terms of just the black and white, the theory of human design, like generators like to do this, generators like to do this. That's no use if you're not experimenting with it, if you're not embodying it. So human design is actually an experiment. It's something for you. You get a blueprint for you to experiment with and see if you can find the path of least resistance, of most joy, of most impact in the world, of most peace for you. And so you can't do that by just being in the head. You have to have a play with it. Well, let me try and wait to respond to this, or let me see what it's like when I am in my head. How does it feel? Do I feel frustrated? Was it correct what Karen was saying? Because that's my experience. And I was really triggered when I heard wait to respond, because I was thinking, I'm not waiting for anything. It's not about, but it is about that a little bit. It's about not just initiating and doing from scarcity or fear, I've got to keep going. It's putting your energy into the correct places. It's putting your energy where it's going to flow and where it's going to take you into your dharma, your purpose. It's magical, but it's such a different way of what we're used to. So we have to decondition. I'm just going to see if there's any comments so far. We're all good. So just comment, even if you're not on StreamYard, just comment, and that would be lovely. So that's how we gain our energy and power, by responding, because when we respond, your sacral's going, yes, let's go, let's fire up, let's be magnetic. And it's like, yes, baby, let's go, 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 go. So it's important that we respond, that we get that hit, that yes, before we do it. Otherwise we get stuck and we spend so much energy on things that we're not here to do. So last year, it is a program that I'm here to do. I created my Psychic Development Academy, and I was going to do it as a group program, but I know it's a one-to-one now. So I created it. I spent hours creating the portal, which I've deleted now, creating the graphics, the landing page, everything. And do you know why I did it? Because I thought I should be making another creation. I was coming from scarcity. If I don't do something new, what's going to happen to my business? And when I came to launch it, my sacral felt nothing. I was like, don't feel anything. So what that means is not the right thing. So I pulled it, just pulled it. I'm not going to do anything when my sacral's not lit up. Again, sounds like a crazy business strategy, but that's how I'm living. That's how I live my life. And it's in life and business. With Minnie, big Minnie, we weren't particularly ready for a dog again, but we saw her, and all of us, my husband's a generator, we were just drawn to it. It was like her. We knew. There was no question. Does it make sense to have a big, massive, fluffy dog with white hairs? No, it doesn't. But it's the right thing. Who isn't trained? No, it doesn't make sense. But she's here, and I know she's going to bring us so much joy. So yeah, it's just this wait to respond. All the strategies and types are to stop you using your energy on things that aren't for you. Do the things that are going to light you up, and so you can change the world that way. When you respond to life directly in the moment, you are so connected to your truth. In the moment is where the truth is. So like that program that I created, because I wasn't responding to it, it wasn't my truth. It wasn't for that moment. So quite often it can be waiting to respond for the download, the idea, or the timing of it. And both have got to be in sync. It's got to be like, this is the right thing and now is the right time. So yeah, it's very, very important you're present. When you're present, you're going to be magnetic, because you're going to be following your joy, living your passions, and doing what you're here to do. When you wait, I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to go through it again. It doesn't mean that nothing happens. So in my sacral plateaus, apart from in my sacral plateaus, I'm still creating my Unbound membership. I'm still creating content for my Unbound membership, my Bamboo yoga content. I still run yoga classes. I still run my lives for my Unbound. I still do human design readings, but I won't be doing a challenge, or I won't be doing launching something new. this challenge is probably in my not plateau phase. But in that time, I'm really dipping into my future self, where I'm going to create from next. Where do I want to go? Having an audit. So my plateaus are never ever just like, because I'm a generator, never ever like just going to watch some telly. It's about really powering up for the next level, so I become even more magnetic and even more me, speaking more of my truth. It's just a beautiful stage. So I love it now. And I actually, if I don't feel one for a while, I'm like, I might have missed it. I'm going to put one in. So I'd love to know how that feels. I've created, and I'm going to email this, a beautiful, I love creating. This is my generator. I'm also artistic. So I've created a journal space for you. So I'm just going to go through the journal prompts. Then I'm going to go through the oil prompts, and then we're going to tap together to finish. So there's some prompts here. So it's really about reflecting on your energy type. So what I've said today, again, I don't want you, I don't think it's useful to just hear the information, not apply it. So you're going to be seeing, do I resonate with my energy type on different levels: physical, emotional, mental, energetic? Do I resonate differently with life and business? So it could be that in business you're a generator, but in life you're not. So for example, in business I was for a while, actually. I think I started to do that naturally. And in life I'll probably still be fitting in a bit more, or saying yes to things where my energy wasn't there, or my energy could be used in different ways. So now I have stronger boundaries in my personal life. So are you looking after yourself in both areas? Because generators really need boundaries, like super need boundaries. Otherwise you're going to give this beautiful energy to everybody, and it takes you away from what actually powers you up to give you more energy. So think of it like the cup overfloweth. The more things you do that you love, the more you can give out to everybody else. So I'm literally ask you, if yes, why? And if no, why not? It's like saying, yes, I do. Why? How? How is it being expressed? Also asking, what do you think your biggest challenge is regarding the conditioning? Little typo there, I need to change that. And what is the one thing you would like to work on deconditioning? So I always like to think, when I'm doing coaching or journaling or healing, what's the one thing? So it could be like, I really want to get more boundaries and respond to life instead of just doing. So have a look at that. So there's a few things for you to do there. Right, oils. So I work very intuitively, and I see what the universe gives me. So my recommendation, I'll reiterate, is cedarwood. So cedarwood is a beautiful oil to ground, to strengthen. And for me, it holds all this energy that we have. So we're not, with generators, I feel it's like this fire, this force. And if we just scatter it everywhere and don't have the channels to contain it, energetic or groundedness, then it disperses and we're not as effective. I like to say that word occasionally. We're not as effective as we could be. We're just like that Catherine wheel, just going everywhere instead of like a rocket going. I love my analogies today. So cedarwood, I advocate for doTERRA. So if you ever want to get into oils and you don't know anyone who's doing them, let me know and I can always talk to you about that. So I put cedarwood pretty much daily, actually. I will get excuse my doggy pants, on K3. So K3 is between the ankle bone and the Achilles tendon here. And this is a source point for the kidney meridians. So this is going to help you move away from fear, scarcity. It's going to help you ground your energy and get a freer flow of energy. Cedarwood, Tiffany Carroll talks about this as the steady scaffolding of the internal world. It's going to hold your energetic system really strong. So I like to hold that. So aroma point is, acupoint is, you literally put a feather-light touch on the spot for 1 to 3 minutes, get some beautiful music. I've put a playlist in the PDF, but there's a linked playlist there, and you literally sit and breathe and let it ground you, because generators need to be grounded. Gosh, you made me jump. I'm not used to a sound yet. Oh, that really made me jump. So what's she doing? That was a strange noise. So also, it's going to calm you. So this is good at night as well. You know, when you've got to burn, when your energy is just about burnt off, it's going to bring you back. And what this will also do, it's going to bring you into your body. So if you do it throughout the day, the energy is going to go away from the head. You'll still be able to think and do everything, but it's kind of more distribution of bringing the energy back down. So you're back waiting to respond to life. So it's a really, really good oil to use on that point. It's also good on the back of the occiput, that little dint at the back of your skull, and just above the crease of your bottom. You hold it, you breathe for a few minutes. It's going to calm everything down. So that's the acupoint. The next thing is the yeah, that's it. I've done everything. It's the EFT. So I know most of you will have heard about EFT. If you haven't, it's the emotional freedom technique. It's tapping on acupoints to move energy with positive and negative affirmations. The brain actually doesn't know the difference between positive and negative affirmations. So if you tell a child or yourself, don't fall, don't trip up, don't drop that, pretty much you're going to drop it, because the brain's going, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. So that's why we need to be really powerful with really aware of what we're saying. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a tapping routine for you, and I'll probably strip it out and put some music to it as well, especially if Madame's being very calm today, so that you can just come and tap. So you've got this video, and then I'll bring it out, I'll email it to you, and you'll have that separate as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a pause in between each thing I say, for you to say it. So you literally follow. It's like call and response in mantra. You tap along with me. So I've got a few things that I want to say, but I work intuitively. So tap the side of your hand. Even though I'm sometimes busy, just to be busy, I completely and deeply love and accept myself. Even though I don't always trust or surrender to the flow of life, I completely and deeply love and accept myself. Even though I don't always trust my inner compass, I completely and deeply love and accept myself. Top of the head. So you can either tap here or you can do that, whatever feels best. So you tap. Sometimes I'm just so busy. Yeah. And you can do both at the same time if you like, because I think I should be doing something. I get scared when I take a pause. And I feel the pressure to do. I feel the pressure to do all the time. To keep busy. To keep busy. And then I've got a frozen shoulder, so under the armpit there, but I'm going to be doing it like that, like that. So tap under there. Because I'm busy. Society teaches me that I need to keep going. That I need to keep doing. That I need to think my next thing into existence. But I'm open now to being present, to coming back to my body. Collarbone. Time and time again. Coming back to my body. I love my mind. It's so useful. I love my mind. It's so useful. But my body is wise. My body knows. I trust my body. I trust myself. I trust that people will be okay with my boundaries, because I will be okay with theirs. I trust that I am safe. I trust that I am held by life. I trust that I will see the right things at the right time. I will trust my gut to lead the way, to take me down the path that I need to take. I trust that I'm here to share my beautiful energy with the world. And the more lit up I become, the more I follow my passion, the more I will help everybody around me. whether that's my family or my business. I trust. I am open to the signs of synchronicity. I trust that when I am, I become a magnet, a powerful magnet, drawing the people that I'm here to help to me, drawing the experiences that I want to have to me. I'm a magnet. When I allow myself to follow my passion and surrender to the flow of life and allow myself to be present, I trust. I trust. So just close the eyes, soften the shoulders and the face, and just take a few breaths here. Good. So if you do that regularly, it's going to help you play with your design more and come away from the shoulds and the can't. So I don't know if it's because of StreamYard, but I can't see any questions, but we'll get better at this together. So if you have any questions on catch up, because I do know most people can do it on catch up, please let me know. When I send the email to you, you can just click reply and I will always get back to all my emails. And yeah, I'll come back in and answer it. So I really hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed creating that for you. If you really start to live your energy type, life will change. Like literally, life will change. All right, sending so much love. Take care, everyone. I'll just learn how to come out of here. Take care. Bye.